Welcome to Offbeat, the light side of law enforcement, a Treehouse Podcast Network show. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Excellent.
Good.
Well, I'm your host, Steve Rutherford. Joining me in studio today, we have JoAnn Jackson. Hi, JoAnn.
Hey.
We also have retired officer Josh Jackson.
Howdy.
And down on the end, we've got Fort Worth officer Curtis Hadley. How you doing, Curtis?
How y'all doing?
Man, we are so excited about today. This is show number 1, episode uno, number 1. So thanks for listening in, guys. What we're looking to do here is we're looking to kind of talk about the light side of law enforcement. Lighthearted, funny. We're going to be sharing stories about on the job from first responders as lived by first responders. So this should be good, and this should be raw. We're not worried about all these edits and stuff. Someone screws up, guess what, guys? We're going to roll with it. So that said, Curtis, I understand you know how to sing.
I have sang a few songs in my day.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what you got? You got something for us?
Well, we got to start off the national anthem, right?
Let's hear it, brother.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good Lord, man.
Thank
Good
you.
Lord.
Done.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well done.
The hardest part of that song is not to say play ball when you're done. So
Yeah, man, I'm ready to go. Let's go hit the yard and take a swing. All right, Josh, I understand you can sing too.
God, no. But I can write a ticket. Well, I used to be able to write a ticket.
Yeah, you're a motor officer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was.
Golly, you write a ticket to your mama.
Yeah,
Jeez.
darn tootin' I would have.
give him a 4-pack.
Sign hard. Well, not anymore.
Wow. So Curtis, how long you been singing, man?
I was singing from a young age. I kind of learned when I was in the tub, and then moved to a shower. I'm kind of lucky I got my clothes on today, so I do like some singing in the shower. I ain't gonna lie.
So it wasn't like you learned to sing on night shift out in your squad car?
I've done a few songs, and when you're by yourself, things can get a little weird in the car because the Billy Gold Crown Vics didn't have radios back in the day, so you had to make your own music. So.
Wow, I just see the squad car driving down the road and you just hear someone just belting out some tune. You're like, dude, that dude's singing, man. Well, let's get started with a little couple of stories up in here. Josh, you used to be a motor officer, right?
I sure did.
Man, so you guys, like we said a minute ago, you guys write your mom a ticket, right? How many tickets did you write your mom?
You know, I never had the opportunity, but if I had, I definitely would have.
She too fast. She outran you. Huh?
Well,
Couldn't catch
Cop Hill has no pursuit policy, so.
It's good to know.
Well,
Good to know,
yeah,
guys.
hey. Well, and you've worked for several agencies during your career. And I know you've collected a couple stories here and there.
I did, yeah. I don't think I got the title Gypsy Cops, but I did work for 3 agencies. I started in El Campo, worked in the Colony before the Colony looks like it does today, and then finished my career in Cop Hill. And did 15 years on the bike, and it was a fantastic career. A little hot at times, a little cold at times, but it was a fantastic career. So.
Okay, so where'd you say you started out at?
So I started in El Campo, and I was as green can be going into law enforcement. I had never seen drugs, never seen drunks, all that stuff. I grew up in a box in Austin, Texas, of all places. So that's different Austin then. But yeah, so one of my favorite stories, and I told Steve this story earlier, but when you wear the badge, you get all brave. You think, yeah, nothing can hurt me. So I got a call one night, an alligator in the middle of the road. And
wait.
an alligator.
Hold
an
on,
alligator.
we got to stop right
in
there.
El Campo, Texas.
An alligator.
An alligator.
Okay, where's El Campo, Texas at?
Off 59, south of Houston. So
Okay, south of Houston, I get. Off
South
59, I got no idea.
I got no idea.
So
sure it wasn't a crocodile.
in between Houston and Victoria, Texas.
Okay.
So it was a different way of policing down there. So it was so anyway. So we get a call. I get a call. An alligator on the road. This is a small department, so we don't have a lot of guys on the road. But I'm wearing a badge. I'm tough. I'm 6'6", full of muscle and all that, and then I've got a badge, and so I'm just gonna go brave this alligator, right? And so I grabbed my rain slicker out of my Crown Victoria, the best police vehicle there ever was outside of a motorcycle.
Absolutely.
And grab my rain slicker, and I'm gonna throw the rain slicker on this alligator, and I'm gonna take this alligator and release him to a marsh or wherever he needs to go.
Wild.
Into the wild. And so what I didn't know, and maybe you don't know, alligators jump.
Oh, hell no.
What?
Hell no.
Alligators
No.
jump.
No. Oh, hell no.
And so I get over this alligator, and the alligator had other plans. He was full of muscle and full of, all whatever alligators, whatever.
Piss and vinegar.
What was the Adam Sandler, or the Alma Gavala or whatever it was, right? You know what I'm talking about. And Happy Gilmore. Was it Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
So the alligator jumps up, and I tried not to, pee a little, but I may have. It's dark uniform. It's okay. So I called animal control and let the people do what they do. So, but the funny part is, years later, to circle back to motors, we go to Baton Rouge, which puts on a fantastic rodeo. And years ago, they took us to an alligator farm in parts of Louisiana, and it was just the motor cops and a lot of beer. And so there was like these little, I guess a jetty is what you would call it. And so they say, go down on after we've been drinking, beer and eating Cajun food. And so we go down on this little jetty, and they're like, just as long as the alligator, there's one guy with a stick, and he pokes the alligator in case it starts to turn on us. No. And he's like, try and move the alligator. And these are full-size alligators, not like the one in El Campo that was my start alligators. And so we were trying to pull on these tails, and one guy with a stick, just keeping it from turning on a bunch.
This
I don't
sounds
know how
good.
workman's comp does on that.
So he's just poking the alligator with his stick?
Just all you got to do is
isn't-
poke it a little bit in the
Isn't-
face.
Does that not piss it off?
It probably does.
I
The
think
alligator
I'm
farm's
pretty
not
sure it
there
gets its
anymore.
attention.
Hey, look, there's an alligator. Let's poke it with a stick.
Yes,
Yes.
Sounds like a good
I
idea.
was the second smartest guy there.
He was probably
thought
drinking
that-
too. So
I thought there was a saying about not poking an alligator with a
No,
stick.
that's a bear. You can,
Oh, is
you
it
can
a
poke
bear?
alligators,
yeah,
not
I
bears.
think alligators are fine.
Yeah.
I
you're fine.
swear I heard that down in New Orleans.
Well, and maybe I don't know, but that's what we did. So two
Poke it with a
alligator
stick.
encounters in law enforcement career. So yeah,
So,
fantastic.
So he poked it with his stick. It didn't attack
It
anybody.
didn't attack anybody,
Did-
and we got some great laughs and great videos. And as far as I know, nobody got bit.
Now, when you walked up on those gators, did one of them look up, oh, crap, it's the El Campo cop, and like take off hauling ass?
I was in Capella and knew I had no pursuit policy.
There you go. Yes. Yes.
El Campo, we pursued. We pursued until the wheels fell off the car.
Right on.
So yeah,
Or the gator got out of the road. One
or
of
the
two.
yeah, either way.
Damn, so you just, a gator in the road, you're like, hey, I'm up for this. Let's go.
I was young. I was brave, and
We don't blame you. We
God.
blame Steve Irwin for teaching us all to do this on TV.
exactly. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Well, we've all watched the Gator Hunters show. I think I could do it.
Yep.
I can do anything with 3 beers in me.
Yeah, I think we've all
I had a
officially
lot of
been
coffee
trained.
and donuts. Does that count?
That does too. Yes, it does.
We've all been trained on how to catch gators because we've all watched the History Channel or Discovery Channel, whatever the heck it is. So, yeah, I mean,
It was fun. It was fun. It was a good department. Boy, I learned a lot
Of what not to do.
of what not to do. yeah. It was it was the perfect career start for me. So
excellent. You
Yeah.
finished up in career riding on 2 wheels instead of 4.
well, I should have finished on 2 wheels, but I finished my last in 4 wheels, and I did a lot of real estate, and I've got a paddle business on the side, so I did a lot of that in my last year of patrolling, and a very little bit of. I would not have written my mom a ticket that last year, so
At least you learned.
I truly embraced the patrol officer aspect, and enjoyed the car and the podcast and everything else. So
Okay, so when you embrace the patrol officer aspect, what does that mean? Because we know motor officers go out and write a bunch of tickets. What are you trying to say here?
So I think the best way to summarize that is, as a motor officer, I wrote 20 plus tickets a day. And
Not a quota. Not a quota.
Not a quota. I'm retired. I can no.
Just a
No,
recommendation.
there's no quota. There's no quota. I'm just kidding. No, there's no quota. There was the work expectations, no quota. But so I went from 20 plus citations, to like 2. Yeah, 2 stops. Not a citation. I don't think I wrote any citations my last year. Maybe a couple, but yeah.
Yeah, but you're retired now. Who cares?
Some people really just really asked me to write them a citation. So
Yeah, that's some people ask you to do it.
they do. They do.
I totally understand.
This is the lighter side, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Well, so you're retired now.
I am.
You're out doing real estate stuff.
I do real estate, and then I've got a kayak and paddleboard business. Alligators again. Full circle moment. So
You're like, I got that handled.
yeah, I'm good.
We're good with gators.
Yeah,
Y'all don't worry about that.
Let's do it. So
Well, outstanding. JoAnn's a survivor of fallen Dallas officer Brian Jackson. May Brian rest in peace. JoAnn and I have had the opportunity over the years to get to know the guys at the Old Russ Martin show, and that's kind of how this show came to be. We were friends with Dan O'Malley from the show, and Dan is the president and CEO of the Treehouse Podcast Network, also known as My Boss. So, hi, Dan. Hope you're having a great day. You're the best boss ever. Just wanted everyone to say, we love you, Dan.
We love you,
Dan.
All right. Looking for a raise here. So, JoAnn and I, that's how JoAnn and I kind of got into this and got the opportunity to talk every now and then on the RMS show. And it's good to have that opportunity to be on this podcast and have the opportunity to bring in officers and first responders to tell their stories of the job. So, Josh, I must ask you, someone told me, and here we go, man, I'm about to blindside you on this one.
They told you he was a quitter?
He is a quitter.
He is a quitter.
damn right, I'm a quitter and a happy quitter. Let me tell you.
I served, I'm done. I quit.
That's right. I'm in good company here.
Yeah, you are. 'Cause Steve's a quitter too.
In fact, I think we had a conversation. I was like, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I retired in January of this year from the Farmers Branch Police Department. Again, I had the opportunity to serve. I worked for 2 different agencies. I worked for the Gregg County Sheriff's Office before I went to work in Farmers Branch. I had the memories, had the opportunity to serve, and let me just say, retirement is nice. Now, Josh, you going back?
Yeah, well, let me catch on that.
Ooh.
I don't think I'm any less busy in
No.
retirement, but yes, no, retirement's fantastic, and absolutely hell no.
You can't make me.
I ain't going back.
You know,
ain't going back.
It's like a prisoner, right? I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
What about you, Curtis? How many years you got?
Almost 14 with Fort Worth now.
Have you been with another department?
Nope, I'm still. This was my only one I've been with. So,
Nice. It's a nice department.
I love Fort Worth.
Yeah.
You get to wear cowboy hats.
I don't look good in them, but yes, you can.
I'm sure you look wonderful in them.
Don't ask my wife.
What?
Who is
Just
in there?
saying no?
No, she doesn't like me in a cowboy hat.
Now, do you wear a cowboy hat in the shower while you sing?
Yeah, well, yeah, naked.
It's more
in
of
the
a hard
shower
hat.
singing.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, fair enough.
You got to keep the hair dry.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair.
Wow. Now we should mention that Curtis, your wife, is in the audience today.
She is. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Offbeat is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Studio audience, say hi.
Hi.
All right. Both of our studio audience members said hi.
Yay.
They will be getting parting gifts. So.
And one of them happens to be your wife.
Well, wait a minute. Was that parting gift my wife?
What?
Yeah, but that was
You still have to pay taxes on it.
I didn't hear parting gift. I just said, and one of them happens to be your wife.
Yeah, but that was right after he
you got to
said.
turn her headpiece up.
Yeah, maybe she can't hear us.
No, I can
Maybe
hear.
that's good. Yeah, no. Curtis said the studio audience get parting gifts, and then you said one of them's your wife.
Sorry, Karen. I didn't mean that. You can be Steve's parting gift.
Is that like your mama joke?
Your mama's so. And anyways, now Josh, any other stories on the job?
Oh man. So, gosh, I've had some really well.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I was known, and for all the anybody that rode with me knows that I rode hard, and that was the expression that anybody who was associated with me knew that I rode hard.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. And then on top of that, I also crashed hard. And so my favorite picture, 20 years of law enforcement, 20 years and 1 month. That more than 20. It's 1 month actually.
Absolutely.
So this is important, right? So my favorite picture in all that time, and maybe we can put it on Facebook feed or whatever, is we had just gotten brand new Harleys, right? And we went out to Grapevine and we're training, and I'm riding hard on my sergeant's bike, who he hadn't even had the opportunity to crash yet. And so I crashed it, and like any good motor officer, with the sergeant not there, I had one of the guys take a picture, kind of like in the safari. So
that's called evidence, Josh. We don't do that. Man.
Yeah.
Actually called trophy shots, but okay.
Yeah. It's all of the above. So there's a cone field, right? And the bike's laid out, and I'm just smiling, enjoying life, living life up. So,
What had happened was,
yeah. So I crashed this bike before he even had the opportunity. So yeah, no, that's definitely. But man, there was El Campo again. Coming back to that, one of my favorite stories with that was brand new in Academy. Our fast driving section was in a parking lot, so it was as fast as you can get in a parking lot. And again on a Crown Victoria. And so anything, our policy then, I don't know what their policy is now, but our policy then was anything that remotely comes near El Campo, you chase. And you have to have a reason why you didn't catch them or you didn't get involved, right? And so we go sliding across US 59. My training officer, I think I was on the job maybe less than a month. And he's like, go faster, faster, faster. Well, the Crown Vic tops out at 120. So who knows how fast you go past that. And so our pins out at 120, whatever the expression is. And so we're just going. I mean, the car's rattling. It feels like the doors are going to fall off. And he's just yelling faster, faster, faster. We don't see this pursuit. It's nowhere in sight. And it's coming from another county going in towards Houston. And we blow the doors off the daytime sergeant's car. I can still remember 503 brake pursuit now. Vividly on the radio 20 years and 1 month later. I can still remember that. And he looked at me, my training officer looked at me and goes, how fast were we going? I go, I have no idea. So yeah. It was law enforcement's a different career. It's fun. A lot of light stories like that.
It is fun. Listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to be back to more Offbeat in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. Everybody have a good break?
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Perfect.
right. Outstanding. Well, let's move on to Curtis here. Curtis, man, how long you been an officer again?
Almost 14 years.
14 years. See anything strange in that 14 years?
You see a few things in 14 years on the force.
Well, man, what have you seen?
Well, I mean, I've seen quite a few things, but your reaction to things is also pretty good as well. So for me, when I was a young rookie officer, I only spent about 7 years in patrol. So in 7 years of patrol, I had several different partners. And this one time, we picked up this homeless gentleman and put him in the back seat. And we were headed off to jail. Well, as I want to take a second to talk about maybe like the silent killer for police, and that's not high cholesterol or heart. That's flatulence in the car.
Yes.
It can get bad.
Oh,
So this one particular time, we're headed to jail with this homeless guy, It may have been a Taco Tuesday with some green sauce. We're not certain. There's still investigation going on that, but we're going down, and I couldn't hold back anymore. So I had to fart a little bit. It just happens. Well,
It's natural.
It's a natural process of the body. I can't help it. But if you're a good partner, you don't roll the window down. You make sure he smells it first.
Oh,
okay?
yeah. I mean, because you share everything.
You don't want this to get wasted. So I'm sitting there driving. I had to do it, and I did. And I mean, I can smell it in the back. I can smell it, and I'm thinking he's got to smell it by now. And as we're driving, finally, I see him. He looks over at me. He starts to roll his window down. He's like, "Man, that was horrible. I'm talking horrible, Curtis." And I was like, "Yeah, it happens, So we kept driving for like another 10 seconds, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, we hear this little soft voice in the back, and it was the homeless guy. He goes, "Man, do you mind rolling my window down, please?" And about that time, my partner goes, "Well, there goes the Geneva Convention. Well, I'm pretty sure we just assaulted this guy." And I'm thinking, the funniest part about it is here we have this gentleman with subpar hygiene is asking me to roll the window down because my flatulence is too much for him to take.
Oh my God, that's
So to me, that was the epitome. I was like, if I can make a homeless guy ask for a window to be rolled down, I'm gone somewhere. And if you got to be known for something, you got to be known for it. It is what it is.
Yeah, man, you hit a new level on that one.
So where do you carry that on your belt?
Oh yeah.
All those weapons we got, where do you carry that?
Well, that is a use of force, but
That
I
is
mean
true.
that's not really in the continuum. We're supposed to keep that to ourselves.
Fair enough.
Yeah, dear Chief, I deployed the flagellants on
Yes,
my-
yes.
Give me the OC. Give me the OC instead.
Tase me, please. No more of the flatulence. I could just see you rolling in the squad car. You got the prisoner in the back. You're passing gas, and you're singing the national anthem at the same time, man. Is there nothing more American
Naked.
than that? Naked.
I had my shoes on. Thank you, JoAnn.
Except for the cowboy. Except for the cowboy hat. The
Except for
cowboy
the
hat.
cowboy hat. Yeah.
Wow.
I can only sing this naked.
Wow. Well, I tell you, I had a conversation once with our chief's admin secretary, and we were talking about how, I'd always say, hey, if I'm out on patrol, I stop off to use a restroom at a convenience store. You go inside the men's restroom, and there always seems to be urine on the floor in front of the urinal, right? And you're like, what the hell? Do people have bad aim? What's going on here? So she and I were talking about that, and I said, I guess there's just some guys who just walk and they just go up against a wall and just let themselves go and think they're hitting the target. And so you don't see that whenever you go into a damn stall, because you got to do number 2, right? You don't walk inside the stall and see a big pile of brown stuff laying next to it. And the guy's like, oops, I missed. So,
Yeah. I've seen some stuff.
We're generally outstanding when we do it either, so that kind of helps.
well, and we don't see it as much in police departments, though, because cops have good aim.
I don't. The only downside to it, and I think everybody that's worn a duty belt duty belt.
Dude,
Sorry.
duty.
That was bad.
Duty.
Sorry. Unintentional.
It's a number.
Unintentional.
Josh
It's a number
said
2
duty.
belt, okay? It's a number 2 belt, guys.
It's the number 2 belt.
But when that code brown hits, and you
yes.
got to get that belt off, or you're on that call.
Code Brown.
Code Brown. I mean, that's some serious stuff. I mean, and while we didn't pursue in Capo, there are times that you have to drive above the speed limit because you got to get to a bathroom that you're okay going in.
Absolutely.
You got to be safe.
You gotta be safe. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Wait, you didn't see the show going that way.
no, you're going to have to rename it the Duty Show
Oh, I like that.
instead of Offbeat, On Duty.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Duty or duty 2?
Du-
Either way, it's going down the crapper, okay?
Hey, you'll be a solid number 2 in the ratings.
That's aimed at you, Steve, not me this time.
Oh, that's
What
a
was
bunch.
aimed at him?
That's a bunch of crap. That is a
Duty,
bunch.
the solid 2.
Oh, that's a bunch of crap. Anyways,
Oh,
anybody else have a crappy story?
oh man.
Mine's all patience, and I'm not going to talk about my patience.
But you don't have patience.
For some things, I do not.
Yeah. Okay. But you were in the medical field, right?
Yes. Yep.
All right. Any good patient stories? Or we have to worry about that HIPAA place?
You got HIPAA.
That lasts forever?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Pretty
do our
much.
stories last forever?
No, man, we ain't got
No,
hippo.
no, you don't have hippo.
We have crocodiles. We have no hippos.
You have no hippos. Yeah.
All right.
We've got
No, no,
statute of limitations. That's different.
That we do.
Oh shoot.
That's different than hippo.
I mean, maybe a story from when I worked back home, but I worked mostly pediatrics, so except for the brief time I did adults back home and pediatrics, and then the majority of my career here has been pediatrics. So
All right.
there was the guy that came in vibrating or humming.
Well, that's
Yeah, no.
Yep, no.
Anybody else?
Nope. I'm like, this is outside the realm of the scope of my practice. I'm going to go get you a nurse.
Well, again, I was told a story that Josh here, Josh is,
we were going off the vibrating thing on me.
Oh,
Hold on.
that makes you
I
think
need
of
a
Josh.
I need a
Oh.
better.
Is that why
Yeah.
you liked riding a
That
bike?
is one heck of a
Wow.
segue.
Wow.
That's a great segue there.
Yeah. You know,
Josh, tell us about that time with the
I
vibrator.
guess I spent 15 years on a motorcycle for. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
Anyway,
the biggest
yeah.
one.
No, I heard that. Okay, and Josh is a great guy. Josh doesn't tend to use language, unacceptable language, and or offensive language. But as I understand it, there was one call that unfortunately you had to cross the line on. Do you recall that?
I do. Thank you, Your Honor. So yeah, I try not to use bad language, but so the Felony Lane Gang. Anybody in the Metroplex knows the Felony Lane Gang, right? They bust the windows out at child care facilities, and they take the purse and all that. Anyway, great officer. He's great at finding them. Gets into a pursuit. He finds them. They're bailing out of the car. He's yelling on the radio, and he's not one that yells for the help on the radio. He is. When you think of rock solid officer, you think of this guy. Anyway, they're bailing out, so we get there. I went way too fast to get there, and on my motorcycle, and then got there. We get one guy in handcuffs. The rest we're having to chase around. So I'm driving under this tree, this little grass alleyway in Coppell. And there's two guys up in a tree, and the canine that sniffed the tree, we'd all walked under this tree, and they're just sitting there laughing at us, I'm sure, thinking, whatever. Well, I'm 6'6", and maybe I'm looking up. I don't know.
So-
Maybe,
So your head's already hitting the branches and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, my head's
Okay.
hitting the branches. So for somehow, some way, I see these guys, and again, as I said earlier, I crash hard, so I lay my motorcycle down because you can't just park it, right? You gotta lay my motorcycle down.
So dramatically.
So
just throw it-
dramatically, I just boom,
Come flying in. You got.
I just throw
cue
it
the
down.
lights.
Yeah.
Come flying in. You're like, I'm a badass. I'm a motor officer, and you just came hauling ass around the corner screaming. And
yeah.
you're like, you know what? I've had enough. And you just jump off your bike, and throw it on the ground. Take that.
Take that.
It's that. What's the very first thing enforcing to him, right? Officer presence.
Yes.
Officer presence. You throw a motorcycle down.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Not
Yes,
my
sir.
motorcycle.
That's like dropping the mic. Boom.
That's what I was going to say. It's like his
Drop-
mic drop.
Drop the bike.
You're dropping the bike.
Yeah.
So I get off my motorcycle, right? And I dropped the motorcycle. And I see these two guys. They obviously know that I'm after them now. So they start dropping branch to branch to branch. And a 6-foot fence. And the helmet we were using at the time flips up. So again, I'm tall. So the helmet flips up. I'm taller. And so I go over this fence, and they drop into the backyard. And I said, "What is this? Can I use language?"
I don't know. This is something very personal to you, to Josh. If you need to go,
I think for a fact I've
I
got to
think
use
for
the
a
language.
fact.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
I think it's
So-
necessary.
So I'm coming over this fence. This giant is coming over the fence, and these two guys. And I said, "Get on the ground." Doesn't listen. I said, "Get on the ground." He doesn't listen. I said, "Get on the fucking ground," and flattens out. The best part, and so the other one kept running. K9 chased him up onto a roof. He got caught. So all of them go to jail. But the one that I arrested, my buddy, who's also a motor officer, hears me yell that and knows I don't cuss. And he almost dropped his gun because he's like, "Holy crap, what am I Josh never cusses. Why?" So for the next, I don't know, maybe I'm still his ringtone, but he took a video or an audio recording of the video, and I was his ringtone moving forward. Get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the fucking ground. Wow. So I sell
funny.
real estate, by the way.
But yeah, so that so that happened. That was fun.
So whenever you got these guys in custody, they just like lay it down. They're like, damn, that's the guy who came screaming up in here and just threw his bike on the ground.
Well, one of them did. Yeah. And so there was another time we're chasing a felony lane gang again, and same officer, and we split up and we go around, and I come around the corner, and the two guys were trying to change the license plate on the car, to hide their identity. I don't know. It's a Honda Element or something. I mean, it's not like there's, we can probably tell who you are, right? So they're changing the license plate. I come around the corner, and they stand up, and they are holding a screwdriver in their hand. They start walking towards me. Again, throw my motorcycle down on the ground.
You didn't throw your bike at them this time? Just
man, if I could have figured out a way. There was a Garland officer they called Tank, and he looked like a tank, and he probably could have done that. I couldn't. But so I throw my motorcycle down and draw down, and I honestly think today that, looking back, that probably kept them from doing anything further, because they're like, God, this guy's serious.
This guy's off the chain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, no. So I crashed hard and threw my motorcycle around, and yeah. If you talk to anybody that rode with me, they're like, oh yeah, no, he was dangerous. So I was like Maverick, right? Maybe that's it. I was a Maverick,
Wow.
But nobody ever told me I could be their wingman. So
Yeah.
Your bikes didn't come with kickstands, Josh?
well, I think mine did. I just don't remember where it was.
You show up to lunch, rolling up to McDonald's or something. You just hop off your
Get off your bike and drop it. Yeah, you got that foot. You
know
got that
what?
foot pedal thingy.
It probably came from a very young age, because at kids, that's how we did our bikes. At kids, you didn't have kickstands if you were kids. You just threw the bike down.
Well, kids of our age.
Yeah, of our age.
Kids of our age.
Now they're all
Yeah.
e-bikes, I guess. I don't know if they are nowadays.
I don't
just
think they
stand up
ride.
on their own.
I don't think they ride bikes. I think they do
They
scooters.
just have an electric thing that stands up and they get off.
Yeah.
Oh, that had to be expensive with you on motors. Yeah.
Well, it was.
Well, you have your foot pedal that runs along the side on both sides, because like when you do the rodeo, when you turn just right and you're going into a corner, it just goes across the pavement. Yeah,
It goes what?
you heard me.
That's a soundbite for later.
Because you scrape them on the ground. So I mean that usually hits first and keeps your bike from going totally flat to the ground like a normal person's motorcycle would.
Well, and I think you hit it right there. As a normal motor officers, it would keep them from doing that, but not with me.
with you?
Sorry, Sergeant Smith.
You give it an extra push on the way down.
Sorry, Kurt.
I embraced my bike. We were one. So I'm hoping when it goes to auction, I get a chance to buy it. So
Well, you're retired. It's not against the rules
it's
anymore.
not against the rules
Not against the
anymore.
rules.
Is that the scrap auction or just a regular auction?
That's for
It
parts.
should be
Yeah.
at the scrap
That's just
auction.
part-
It's just a tire and like a half a motor.
To be fair, it's been rebuilt. So
More times over.
But yeah, no.
It's probably been retitled at this point.
It probably is. Yeah, rebuilt title. Or was it blue title?
It's a salvage title.
You didn't ride a bike today, did you?
No,
I wanted to see if it got one laying down on its side in the yard.
I promise it would be. So I remember at least a couple traffic stops where I didn't put the kickstand down all the way and the bike would collapse. And, somebody in the driver's seat looks back and they're like, oh crap, his bike goes collapse. He's still writing me a ticket. What? He should be more concerned about the bike.
Yeah.
Fine. It's good.
City equipment, we're fine.
I'm retired.
good.
I can say that, right? That's no statute of limitations.
No, you're done.
You need a lawyer on this show to make sure I'm not overstepping.
I'm legal. I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just illegal.
Okay.
Plays on
perfect.
TV.
So, Curtis,
Yes.
what do you do for Fort Worth now?
I'm a detective.
What kind of detective?
I'm in general assignment. So basically, anytime a report comes into my area, which is Southside Fort Worth, it just gets dispersed, and we just do a preliminary investigation on it to see if maybe there's something else we could do with it. Before that, I spent 4 years in Vice undercover. That could be fun at times.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it was hard on the family life, but we enjoyed it. You got to grow big beards and wear whatever you wanted to cut to school to work. But I mean, Vice was 4 years hard. I will give you that. And some of the stories I could tell from Vice, I don't want to tell. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of going to the park and picking up folks that shouldn't be there, and there was doing stuff that I don't like having to do. So I did 7 years patrol, 4 years in Vice, and then now I've been a detective for almost 2 years now. So it's a good gig.
That's good.
Excellent. You ever have to investigate people throwing their motorcycles down?
Yeah.
No, but it might be after this. So.
There's going to be this rash
That's
of,
right.
of motor jocks throwing their bikes down.
Hey,
he
if
did
I
it.
can-
Why can't
if
I do it?
He's gonna
can
start a
inspire-
trend.
If I can inspire one motor officer to make an impact like that. Oh wait, no, that's not. That's not
That's
right.
not
Never mind.
positive.
Be
I
safe.
don't know.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Gonna have a bunch of Chiefs calling. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Howdy.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hey, everybody's still here. Nobody left.
Nope, nobody left.
All right.
So I have a question for you, Steve.
All right.
What flower season is it here in Texas?
Weeds.
Negative.
It's always weed season.
No.
Oh,
No.
can't say weed.
There's
think
only
it's-
one flower that matters in Texas. We
There's
all
only
know
one.
this.
Yeah, we all know what it is. It's a state flower.
State flower. Dandelion.
Negative.
No,
I wish I
it's
had the
the
picture.
thin blue bonnet.
The
Yep,
thin blue
the
bonnet.
Thin blue bonnet. Yep.
Wow. Wow. We're not going there, are we?
Yep.
No. No.
There is this one time
At band camp?
at band camp.
Everybody's rushing to get it.
Yeah. Do you
Are-
have
are-
it, Karen? Do you have that
are-
picture? We need the picture.
Folks, you can find it online.
Well, it was a very, very popular picture of Steve. The ladies love Steve.
No.
Ladies love Steve. The heart eyes,
No,
the
they-
love, the comments. I felt violated for you.
Wow.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
pretty-
I didn't feel violated myself, but wow, JoAnn, I'm sorry you felt violated for me.
Some of those comments, whew, they were something else.
I
I feel like I need to go find this post. I'm
Oh,
kind of
you do-
curious
you
now.
need to see, you definitely. I think it's on the.
don't go comment.
You definitely need to see it.
Do not comment on it and violate me, Josh. That's-
Well, I think
You
some
know?
violations gonna be. I'm gonna violate hard. So
I heard that about you.
Only way it goes, man.
I heard that about you.
yeah, there it is.
Ouch.
Yeah. Nice.
wow. So
Yep, that was a very popular picture.
oh good gosh.
A little bit. It is online.
The
It
only
is
thing would have
online
made
if
that
you'd like
better
to
is if
see
you'd have
it.
had a puppy in your lap.
Yeah.
That would have been the right there on top.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. All these agencies in Texas, we had what we referred to as the Bluebonnet Challenge. Don't know who started it, but agencies did this several years back. And I started seeing photos come across that, you had different officers laying in bluebonnets on the side of the road taking pictures. And
Couple pictures, and
well,
they're laying down with their hands like this and their feet up, and
yeah, you can check it out online. Just Google search or however you search stuff. Search for Texas bluebonnets. Bluebonnet officers, whatever, any combination that'll get you there. Anyways, they had all these photos popping up, and at the time, I was our PIO for my agency, and I was in charge of social media. And I saw those photos and said, "There's no way in hell I'm going to go do this." I said, "No, no, not going to happen." Plus, I retired from Farmers Branch, concrete jungle. I mean, there's not a lot of bluebonnets just laying on the side of the road anywhere. We have sidewalks instead. So I talked to my sergeant at the time, and we came up with an idea. We got the chief walking down the hallway, mentioned it to him, and he didn't say no. So if your chief doesn't tell you no, guess what? That's
Game on.
a
a yes.
That's
an
a yes.
absolute, yeah.
that's an absolute yes.
He did not say no. That's a yes.
Ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. So we went on down to Walmart down the street from the station. We found all the bluebonnet butter, and yes, I laid down on the Walmart floor with a bunch of tubs of bluebonnet butter. We took our shot. We're like, okay. We were headed down to Dallas County Court after that. So Sergeant and I were riding in the car, and I had just posted it. I said, all right, we're about to post it. I just posted it, and then all of a sudden, boom, we got 100 likes. I'm like, holy crap. By the time we get down to county, we got 1,000 likes. And I forgot what case we were down there for, but we were down there all day. It kept going. It was crazy. It took off.
People like butter.
Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, really, I think that's what it was. I really feel like perhaps maybe some proceeds were due me from the Bluebonnet butter
think so.
company. They got a lot of exposure through that, but yeah, the comments were terrible.
Am I to understand you didn't buy the butter? You just borrowed the butter from the store?
Yeah, and I didn't touch it too much. We put the lids back on everything, set it right back in there.
Oh, okay. So it was borrowed butter they liked.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think didn't Bluebell have like a lick it thing where they were going in and licking Bluebonnet ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Did you lick the
teenagers.
Bluebonnet butter?
Are you the Bluebonnet licker? You might be the Bluebonnet. They've been looking for this guy for years.
I think that's a vice case, right?
I think so. It was going to be a good vice case.
Wow. Yeah. Next thing you know, I got someone comes flying up front of the house. Boom! It's a motor officer, and he throws down his bike and comes up.
You know what really gets is when you start moving from butter to margarine. That's when you've gone hard. That's when you've really gone hard.
You've gone hard.
You know, it's like I can do the synthetic. I don't need the real stuff.
never-
I can do the
you can never
synthetic
go back.
margarine, and I still get the same feel from it. That's when you've gone hard.
You can never go back.
No, you can't go back from margarine.
go back.
You
You
can't.
can't, no.
I've tried. You can't believe it's not butter. I mean, you can't go back from that, guys.
Well, now every time I eat butter, I'll think of Steve.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to think it's Bluebonnet
Every waffle from this point forward, I'm like, I wonder what Steve's doing right now.
As I'm slathering my waffle, pouring syrup on my
No,
waffle.
the real waffle, not
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I hope Steve's enjoying his day right now. I'm eating this butter.
You know, I can't help but remember the ice bucket challenge as a cop too. And it would have been awesome if you had combined the ice bucket challenge and the Bluebonnet challenge
The
in
butter
a
bucket
Walmart
challenge.
floor.
Yeah, the ice
The butter bucket.
The butter
Oh, the
challenge.
butter bucket, melted butter.
Oh.
What's better than melted butter?
Oh, melted butter and Steve. That's what's better.
Oh, good Lord.
I
Oh,
bet
wow.
it's good for your hair.
Wow. All right, guys.
His coat's shining from here. I can see it. Good boy. Good boy.
This episode sponsored by Bluebonnet butter.
Y'all killing me up in here. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you stay safe and watch each other 6.